Hi, this is us, Andrea and Christian, and behind us in the rooftop is Nacho, already sleeping. We are living in our Defender and traveling the world since 3 days. So, we want to travel for the upcoming years, and this is how we ended up in this situation.
Routine is comfortable, but adventure is where the soul finds its wings. In the flow of our daily life, we stick to our routines like clockwork. Mornings kick off with the smell of fresh coffee, Nacho, Kali and Nala waiting already for their breakfast. We gear up for the day ahead, embracing the simple rituals that keep us grounded. Work, chores, weekend plans. They are all part of the drill, seamlessly fitting into the groove of our lives. Our cozy apartment feels like a snug haven, wrapping us in its warmth. Life seems pretty darn perfect, right? Hey. But in the midst of this routine, a tiny voice wonders, is there more out there beyond our comfy bubble? Our honeymoon plans for Canada got tossed aside thanks to 2020's curveball. So instead, we landed in Iceland, and we are definitely not complaining. Amidst its jaw-dropping scenery, we found ourselves surrounded by defenders rolling the roads, and these beasts were everywhere. We had this plan of what we wanted to see in Iceland and planned everything into the smallest detail. Our B&B was our home base, and we did daily trips from there. But with time, we somehow started to want to travel further in more wilder places without having to come back to the Airbnb. So curiosity crept in and we started to check the market.
Just kidding. We are already in Canada since 4 weeks, and as you see, we have a Defender. But now you see how we built this. So there we were, proud owners of our Defender, lovingly named Willy, after the majestic whale we spotted in Iceland. But before we could hit the road, we had to tackle the Herculean task of rebuilding him. Cue the endless sketches, plans and a deep dive into the abyss of YouTube tutorials. Just when we thought we had it all figured out, we decided to shake things up. We adopted Nacho. So we had to rethink everything again. It took us 1.5 years to make Willy into our dream ride. Yep, we were knee deep in wrenches with more DIY blunders than we cared to admit. But hey, every scraped knuckle was a badge of honor.
Throughout our many journeys with Willy, we relished every moment, the freedom, the flexibility, and the endless possibilities it brought. Each trip felt like writing our own adventure. From winding mountain roads to wild camping spots, Willy introduced us to the true thrill of adventure. And you know what? Meeting people from the Defender community along the way has always taught us something valuable. It's remarkable what a sturdy car and a shared love for adventure can unveil. They urge us to expand our horizons, to reach for our dreams we thought were beyond our grasp. Because, let's face it, we all have dreams, but too often we wait for the perfect time to pursue them. And sometimes, that's all they remain. Just dreams. You know, life is meant to be lived. but we often spend most of it just planning. We always had this dream to see the world, but our lives were pretty perfect as they were. Yet the tiny voice inside our head grew louder and louder. So we made a bold decision to start living now. We quit our jobs, gave up our flat, and left everything behind to travel the world with our Defender and our dog. Leaving our cats behind was tough, but we found them a perfect temporary home. We sorted through our belongings, sold what we could, and stored the rest. And then, it was Willy's turn for an adventure of its own as we prepared to drive off to Hamburg. The first leg of his journey to Halifax. It was time to give our four-wheeled friend a pep talk and maybe a pat on the bumper for good luck.
As our final day at work rolled around, emotions were running high. Tears welled up as we said goodbye to colleagues and closed the chapter of this part of our lives.
The ultimate milestone in our new chapter was clearing out our flat, giving it a thorough cleaning, removing our name from the mailbox, and passing on the keys. It was a surreal feeling saying goodbye to our family and friends and to our home. But as someone wisely said, home is where you park it, and this matches perfectly to the next chapter of our lives.
Take 879,000 good adventures with Nacho around the world.
This morning in the apartment.
Yes. Feels strange, but we're happy. Leave the empty flat behind.
Leaving the garage in our rented car, making our way to Frankfurt Airport. The whole experience felt unreal. I mean, it's not every day you leave everything behind and head into the unknown. Hello!
Hi.
So, we are now on the road, leaving Switzerland. And yeah, it's a very funny feeling.
Very funny feeling because you don't have a key anymore.
Yeah, we cannot say let's go home.
Yeah.
Because our home is in Halifax.
It's waiting for us.
Yes. So yeah, Nacho is also in the back.
And we have a lot of stuff here.
As you can
Which
see.
we take to Halifax. It's getting a challenge to put everything in the plane. But we will see how it works.
Yes. Our first task after picking up Willy was rearranging everything inside him. It felt a bit like playing Tetris, but we managed to fit everything in just right. And then we finally had dinner, our first one in Canada.
And so our adventure begins. Ready for the next episode in Nova Scotia? Subscribe to be part of our journey. Thanks for watching and see you soon.